How can we know for sure how Hebrew words should be pronounced? In spoken Hebrew evolved and changed. Some claim modern Hebrew is corrupt, so we must use archaic Hebrew for pronunciation and grammar. Yet I have not been given evidence and resources of such archaic grammar. Exactly, that is the main problem. I haven't either, and I have heard people say that, but not show any proof or reasons for the way they pronounce certain thing. They basically take it to the most simple way of seeing. Well, not even. I think they have made up a way of pronouncing certain syllables, but basically, according to the history I have found, it is when the pronunciation of the words was being lost that they decided to put the vowel points to be able to cement pretty much the pronunciation. The issue became, um, well, yeah, the issue started when they started kind of changing the pronunciation of those vowel points according to where they were, in what nation they were. For instance, the Ashkenazi have a different pronunciation for those vowel points. The Sephardim have a different pronunciation for those vowel points. And a couple more have different pronunciation. According to what I have heard and read, the Sephardim are closer to the true pronunciation than the Ashkenazi. For instance, the Tav is like a letter T instead of an S as the Ashkenazi pronounce it. And other little details. But then also it is said that those in Yemen, the Jewish people in Yemen, would be the ones who are closer to the original pronunciation of Hebrew. So the way I kind of see it is also remembering that originally there were no vowel points. So just by seeing the letters, you can kind of get to the pronunciation of it by kind of reading the letter by letter all together. Like even without the vowel points, like if you get to learn what the letters, what each letter is pronounced, then even without the vowel points, let's say you try to pronounce it and then you check the vowel points and you realize that you almost always correct or close to what they say. And the difference is maybe sometimes, well, for sure, a vowel, which normally is very little, meaning the difference. For instance, like in English, the letter A, they pronounce it A. In Spanish, A. So even there's a big difference. So a person who speaks English trying to read Hebrew may pronounce something a little bit different just because his original language is English, just like somebody in Spanish and all of that. But I have also noticed, thankfully, that Hebrew is a little bit closer to the pronunciation in Spanish than in English when it comes to the vowels. So to keep that in mind. Let me see what else. Adding on to the question, because I've been told the name is Yahweh is actually Yahoo or Yahu, because the last hey is silent, but they haven't shown substantial proof. Exactly. And then once again, that is my problem with it. They say that, but they don't show any proof. And one could say, why is the last letter hey silent and not the first one? Or why is the letter hey silent? The letter hey is not silent. Those are the letter ayin and the letter aleph. And even they're actually mute because they make a sound, but it's like that of a mute person who cannot really pronounce it well. And meaning like, you know how somebody who's a mute may make a sound. He cannot make up words, but he makes a sound that is pretty nasal. That's kind of very close to what the aleph or the ayin sounds like when they are in a word. But the hey is not silent. For instance, Moshe ends with a hey. His name is not Mosh, right? Mem Shin Hey. Moshe is not Mosh. And other examples like that. Menashe, for instance, once again. The actual origin of the name Yahweh, Haya, or Eye, Asher Eye. Once again, you pronounce the hey as eh. So I think that most of the reason why they say that his name is Yahu is because that is what it is pronounced in the name Yirmiyahu, Yeshayahu, and it doesn't say Yeshayahweh, which is what they expect, but they are not taking into account what Yahu represents and how it is written. Oh, you actually said it, Omar. That's great, bro. We connected, you see. Ephesians 4, call upon you, therefore, I, the prisoner of the master, to work worthy of the calling which you were called, with all humility and meekness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, being eager to guard the unity of the spirit in the bond of peace. One body and one spirit, as you also were called in one expectation of your calling. One sovereign, one belief, one immersion, one Elohim and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. But to each one of us, favor was given according to the measure of the gift of Messiah. That is why it says, when he went up on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts to men. That's right. Noah says, Enoch speaks of the constellations being the gates and houses for the sun. Yeah. Do the rabbinic text tells us, tell us how letters are pronounced, like with certain parts of our body by inhaling, others by exhaling. Yeah, there are 4 types of letters. One for which you need the tongue, the other one the lips, the other one the throat, and the other one the teeth. So the 22 letters separate in those 4 groups. Like Gimel, you need the throat. Dalet, you need the teeth, etc., etc. So there are 4 ways in which you pronounce the letters with 4 parts of your mouth, and that also connects with many other things. So yeah, there are teachings regarding that. Also, Josephus is a witness of the pronunciation of the 4 vowels. Exactly, 4 vowels, not 3. And like I always say, like it may be a little bit different in English because the vowel in Spanish is just 1 sound each vowel. In English, it's pretty much 2 sounds. A, right? A, which is 1 letter in English. In Spanish, is 2 letters, right? The E and the I. That would make A. So in English, it's a little bit harder to understand this, but in Spanish, as it was found back in the day in Latin, the name Yahweh was written with all 5 vowels. It was found like this: IAOUE, Yahweh. So long time ago, it was found like this. It was not this. It was all the vowels. Yahweh. And obviously, you can also make it like this, right? That is also pronounced correctly, but this is kind of like to give it a little extra better pronunciation, Yahweh, right? So it was found like that. So yeah, why would they want to take it out? And like you just said, Josephus said that there were 4 vowels, not 3. So that's why, like I said, 4 vowels would be this. Those would be the 4 vowels that he meant. And he said 4 vowels. He didn't say 4 letters. He didn't say 4 consonants. We know that all letters are consonants in Hebrew. So by saying vowels, he meant 4 letters that are pronounced like vowels. In Hebrew, there are only 5 letters that are pronounced like vowels. These 5. These are the only 5 that are pronounced like vowels, but we know these 2 are not found in the name, so we get rid of them. We have Yahu, but you see, translator already says it should be Yahweh. But if we add the letter Hey, we have the full name. You see how they all of a sudden say Baal. So yeah, Google is going to be destroyed also, as Zephaniah just prophesied. So Yahweh, you see 4 letters that are pronounced like vowels. So none of them is pronounced like a consonant. All are pronounced like vowels. This is pronounced like an I, but like an I in English, which would be, I mean, in Spanish, which would be E. Letter A in English, which would be A. A vav, I mean, I said English again, I meant Spanish, right? The letter vav, which would be the letter U. In Spanish is pronounced U. And hey again, but in this case, for the hey has 2 different pronunciations, would be A and E. If this pronunciation was the same as this, then it would be 3 vowels there. But 4 vowels mean there are 4 different vowels throughout the name. That is the I, A, U, E, Yahweh.